So the Dragon Ball Super anime, is it coming back in 2019? Are we going to see brand new episodes following the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly and possibly the events involving Moro in the Galactic Patrol prisoner arc for the Dragon Ball Super manga? What exactly is going on involving the Dragon Ball Super anime? Many people have been speculating and theorizing on its return, and in fact, as of this recording, we do not have an official confirmation return date for Dragon Ball Super the anime, but the empirical evidence does prove that Dragon Ball Super the anime will inevitably return. And joining me here today to discuss the topic of Dragon Ball Super returning in the form of an animated series in 2019 is my good friend EmoshIsLive. Emosh, first and foremost, I wanted to get your thoughts on the entire supposed leak that happened involving Toei trying to basically do damage control and trying to deny all claims of the anime returning. What are your personal thoughts as to what's going on with Toei? Why exactly are they all of a sudden denying this information? What are your initial thoughts on all of the information being kept from us? And in your opinion, when do you think Dragon Ball Super is going to return? Is it going to be this year? Or at some given point, is it going to be down the line?
All right, so this might be a little bit unfair to me to say, because I don't want to say that it's common practice for these things to happen, but it has happened quite a few times before, not just with anime, but just about anything, especially when it comes to social media, internet influence, right? So that's the power of the internet. It's come so far that it's impossible to keep something off of the internet. It's almost impossible for things not to leak. And with that, it's kind of like, well, we have to talk about the damage control, right? Where Toei kind of just said, well, no, there's nothing coming out. Well, this happened with like the Broly trailer. I think that like the first trailer, if you guys remember, right? This happened with that. This happened with the second, or it might have been the second trailer where we saw like Zarbon and like, you know, the Ginyu and everybody on Planet Vegeta. So this has happened before. So for them to confirm or to even like insinuate that, yeah, we're making more episodes. Well, I don't think anybody in the fandom doubted that. So I don't think the question should be, well, you know, how do I feel about, well, them acknowledging that, yeah, they are making episodes. Well, yeah, I mean, we've expected for Super as an anime to return.
Yeah.
The question is not if it's returning. The question is when it's returning, right? So that's the thing. So everything that's coming out, all this alleged quote unquote information that's coming out, it's not something that we as a fandom collectively don't know. Considering all this hype with like new Dragon Ball merchandise, new Dragon Ball games, and the Broly movie just dropped, especially in the States. It's breaking, like it's on top of the charts arguably, and it's gonna just keep, you know, improving and progressing. So as far as like this whole damage control thing, they didn't have to damage control that. So they could be right. They could just be literally saying, guys, don't expect anything anytime soon. You know, we might just be sitting on a movie and for X amount of time. And yeah, we are going to get an anime. We're expected to get an anime. All the information, everything, all the marketing, like I mentioned before, it all points to that one direction. They're not going to just say, yeah, we're tired of making money. You know, we're tired of making money. We don't want any more money. Let's not give them another anime. So once again, the question should be, we should all be asking ourselves when it's coming back. None of us specifically know. Nobody stated to know. And even if you do, you're not allowed to tell anybody. That's what it comes down to. So as far as how I feel about it, I'm not really looking too much into it. I'm not excited to see that they're saying stuff that that's already been said in episodes. That's already been said with all the hints regarding all this marketing, all this stuff coming out that has Dragon Ball Super in its name. So none of this stuff is really new, and none of this stuff really makes me want to say, hey guys, it's coming, because we all did that for Gem Festa.
Yeah, and then when the question arose when, nobody had an answer. And that was one of my biggest problems, the fact that everyone was so excited for basically nothing. There was no new information provided that we haven't already known before. It was already established during episode 131 of Dragon Ball Super when they said, see you again next time. And then the next time that we came back was during the Broly movie. And even during the Broly movie, spoiler alert, this is your chance not to hear out what happens at the end, but at the end, Goku basically leaves off on a cliffhanger, leaving Broly by himself and stating, well, I want to train with you, I want to spar with you, by the way, you can call me Goku, also known as Kakarot, and then takes off.
Which is normal,
and then you have Frieza plotting and, you know, trying to distort information as he awaits to have Broly, you know, calm down his powers and all that kind of stuff. So we knew that Dragon Ball Super never officially closed its doors, but the only thing, like you said, that we really needed to know was when, and they never gave us an official release date. Of course, it could always be July 2019, it could be, you know, August, it could be October, but until then, we have no further information as to when. The series is there, and yes, the episodes could be in production, there's no question about it, but until Toei Animation, Akira Toriyama, Shueisha, Toru Taro, until these people put out information disclosing an official date and giving us more information on the production staff and things of that nature, then we'll never know when it's going to be released because it's there. And the evidence points that yes, Dragon Ball Super the anime will return, but the only thing that we don't know of as of this recording and this very date is as to when. So of course we see the continuation in the manga. We have the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc with Moro, we had the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. So my question to you is, with these quote leaks and information being put out there of the episodes being in production, if that happens to be true, then in your opinion, when do you see a suitable window date for the anime to return? Would it be July as it did in 2015 with Super's inevitable, debut on July 2015? Or do you see it more or less happening down the line, perhaps later on in the year, September, October? Or do you feel differently? Do you feel like it's not coming out this year, but instead it may come out next year or maybe the year after? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, honestly, let's just touch up on this, like, see you next time stuff. That's common for, right? They always end off like that, like, until next time. This is nothing new, right? And in addition to answer another question is that when I think it would debut is, I'm not even looking to a debut or when the series would return. I'm more so thinking about when is it going to be announced, because we can get an announcement and then it might not come until next. So we can get an announcement in April, right? And then maybe they would drop in July. It would start off with episode 1 in July and then just give us some content here and there and then take some breaks here and there in between like they always do, whatever. So like I said, I'm not a know-it-all, when it comes to like how they market stuff like that. I can't really sit here and say, well, I know everything as far as like, the scheduling and who's behind the scenes and stuff like that. I can't really dictate that. What I can say is that looking at it from the outside in, I don't really see this as damage control because nothing that came out as far as what people are classifying this as leaks, right? And it's nothing that we don't know. This is stuff that we as a fandom have collectively speculated on, the same way we speculated about Gogeta being in the movie. The same way we speculated about Bardock being in the movie. The same way we speculated that, well, not all of us agreed to Broly, but, it was there. The writing was on the wall. So it's just a matter of time, as far as when we're going to get an announcement, not when the series is going to return, but when are we going to get a single announcement? And the fact that they're quote-unquote doing damage control to say, well, no, we're not doing anything right now. We should just take it as is. Like, yeah, the series may return. Sure. We all believe that. We firmly do. But for them to not take advantage of Jump Festa and then to date still not announce anything and then go back on saying, well, no, we're not doing anything for Dragon Ball Super and anime right now, just read the manga. I think we should take that to heart. I think we should probably just read the manga until we get a smack in the face that says, hey, Super is coming back, this is when it's coming back, can't wait to see you guys in 2019, end of 2019 or 2020, beginning of 2020 or something like that. So we'll see. I don't know.
And that's what I feel like is most important, is to give out a date. You don't have to give out any JPEGs, any trailers. Just give us a date. I think there's more of a reason to be excited then. But as of right now, we don't have a date. It could be at any time. It could be next week. It could be next month. It could be next year. We don't really know. But let's touch up on that. Here's the thing.
Okay. You guys don't think that considering how hot Broly is right now, how people are just coming fresh off the grill right now, looking for Super content. You don't think they would want to announce something anytime soon? And I can't stress this enough. I'm not trying to rain on your parade here. I'm not trying. The context of this conversation is not for me to just say, well, all right, fanboys, you need to sit down and you take it down a notch. No, we're fresh off the Broly movie. We just saw it last week. So yeah, you would think they would want to take advantage to say, all right, guys, you guys are ready? Here it is. End of 2019, early 2020, Dragon Ball Super Dupara. We're gonna get something, but we're not. And like I'm saying, it's not damage control more so, unless you're on the inside, unless you have inside info, and even then you're not allowed to speak. So you can't really flex that. So it's like we should take what they're saying to heart and literally say that, okay, let's just read the manga. We're fresh off the movie. Maybe they're expecting for the movie to just hold us off until God knows when. So I'm saying we should really consider that. If they know people are willing to spend money right now on Super, on Dragon Ball merchandise, so why wouldn't they announce it? And the fact that they're going back on their word, I think that's pretty self-evident. It's not because they're damage controlling more so. If anything, it's because they're just not ready to drop anything. And I think the fact that they're not even giving us a date, not even a date, it kind of means a lot that either A, it's not that they're not ready because they haven't produced enough, but it's maybe they really want to take it slow this time, which I'm for that because, Dragon Ball Super was kind of a mess here and there. And I think we really need a solid staff. People are expecting for Dragon Ball Super Broly-esque kind of quality content, maybe not animation-wise or art style and stuff like that, but at least the story or something like that in that direction to continue in Broly's footsteps. 3 hours of content for Dragon Ball Super Broly. We're expecting for them to start it off like that. in addition to the fact that we want to come off of that arc with something to talk about. So the next arc after Broly, if we're going to get Moro in the anime as well, that would be amazing. So it's like, if that is the case, guys, these things are going to take time, but we'll see.
I definitely agree, and I really do believe that Dragon Ball Super will indefinitely return on television following the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly and Moro. It's going to take some time. We don't know anything as of this recording in terms of production, staff, direction, who's going to produce everything, you know, like things of that nature. So for people to come out so blindly in saying that the series is confirmed, it was never confirmed to end off in the first place. We didn't get a Dragon Ball GT-esque ending to where Goku faded out in the sky and we had the words "the end" at the very end of the actual episode. We knew at the end of episode 131 that at some point, based on the narration, based on the overall direction, that Super is going to come back. It's just a matter of timing. We just got the Broly movie, we're entering a brand new arc, so I think down the line, maybe later on this year, as we continue with the Tournament of Power English dub, as we continue with the Galactic Patrol Prisoner arc, there's so much more that is basically being kept from us, and I really do feel like I would much rather get a late product than having to have something scrapped together that ends up being complete hot garbage. I cannot wait for Super. I am a fan of Super. I just don't want Super to end up being rushed in production and its story directions. I don't want to see a watered down product just because fans want to see the product be rushed out. Yes, I really want to see what's going to happen following the events of Dragon Ball Super Broly and Moro and all of that good stuff, but I would much rather wait for a solid product than have the product be put out there and for it to end up being complete trash. So as of this recording, there is no confirmation for a release date. There is no confirmation for a production team. We can only speculate, which is good for the community because we can always talk about how we feel as fans. But as of this recording, I don't think anything is set in stone yet. Maybe behind closed doors it is, but for us in the public, we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. So how do you guys feel? Let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Once more, if you guys are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button. If you guys want Dragon Ball Super to return, then make sure you guys go ahead and slap a big fat like on the video. Tune back in for more, and I'll be seeing you all down in the comment section below. Have a great day, everybody. Peace.